And that brings us on to Media Watch. James Creedon is with us in the studio with that now. It's good to see you, James.
Likewise,
and you're taking us back to French politics. It's been a really bad day for François Fillon. Police raiding his home this morning. More senior members of his campaign abandoning him to his fate, and just a few weeks out from the election.
That's right. You have to wonder how he'll be able to turn this around, and if he can't turn it around, when he will actually recognise that he has to stand to one side. These are the headlines we're seeing again today. Just as you mentioned, his home in Paris, at least his Paris residence, he has several residences, was searched. And you see an image like that. This is in Le Parisien. It looks like somebody who is involved in a criminal case. It's the kind of image you don't associate with a presidential candidate. So image-wise, it's really, really bad for him. He looks like he's fleeing the press, if you like. But then again, this evening he was in Nîmes in the south of France, and very much on message for those who do intend to vote for him, and it was a full room, saying he will not be intimidated, he will not renounce. He's using words such as resistance a lot. I want us to resist, which of course in France evokes memories of the war and whatnot. It's a word that has a lot of connotations and very noble connotations. So he's really trying to get that message across. But this is another headline in the Huffington Post first here, and there's a play of words. François Fillon is his name, and fuyons means let's flee. We are fleeing, and a whole load of people who would be more aligned with Alain Juppé traditionally have left the campaign. Take a look at this. This is Libération that have set this page up. They're certainly not being his friend if they're doing that, and they're counting all of the people who have dropped him, if you like, or who have abandoned ship. At last count, it's 56, and that has skyrocketed today. And you can scroll down through that list and see who those people are, what senior members of the party they are closest to. Are they loyalists of Alain Juppé or others? And you can see it's across the board. So he's having a very tough time keeping things together right now.
And people are asking, if he can't convince members of his own party to back him, will he be able to convince voters?
That's
right. As you said, that this fake job scandal involving his family is making things very difficult for François Fillon. Emmanuel Macron, the centrist candidate, is also making things very difficult for François Fillon. He finally got round to unveiling his policy proposals, his manifesto today, didn't he?
That's right. So this was a running gag for a while, because he spent a lot of time waiting to unveil his programme. And a lot of people felt it was because he was trying to appeal to everybody. And if you give too many details, then you're going to start to lose support.
If you try to please everybody, you end up pleasing nobody.
So take a look at this. This was actually a meme up to the last week or two. This is Emmanuel Macron's programme, and you can see empty pages. Here's Emmanuel Macron. Oh, Emmanuel Macron forgot his electoral programme at the supermarket when he was doing his shopping. Or here he is visiting Babylon, tracking down some ancient artefact which might have elements of his programme in it. Or here he is running after a pickpocket on top of the metro who ran off with his programme. So it was a sort of a running gag, if you like. But here he has come out with it, and one of the details very much hurting François Fillon, is if he's not hurting politically already, is a whole array of measures to moralise, as they say here in France,
bring
politics.
The morals back.
One of those being you can't hire a family member, and you can't have more than one political role at a time. So anyway, lots of people detailing that at his press conference today, where he did finally unveil his measures. And
he's a big hit with the Anglophones, as we saw with his recent trip to London, Emmanuel Macron, and he's got another endorsement today, hasn't he?
That's right. This was kind of funny. Right in the middle of his press conference, when he was unveiling all of these details of political details, Boy George tweeted his support for Emmanuel Macron. He said, I love France, and I hope Emmanuel Macron stops it turning right. But of course, you see, the thing is, Emmanuel Macron, for left-wingers, is a bit kind of centre-right. And for right-wingers, he's centre-left.
Exactly. He says he's from the left, but he's open to right-wing policies.
Right. I suppose he's a social democrat in the tradition of François Hollande.
He doesn't even want us to talk about left and right anymore.
That's right.
That's his new thing.
He's beyond it. But anyway, somebody tweeted at Boy George saying, hold on, don't you know that he's quite right-wing? Boy George replied saying, I thought he was gay. And there are actually a lot of rumours. There are rumours about Emmanuel Macron's sexuality, which he has repeatedly denied. He said, look, he's married, and that all of this is completely unfair. But I don't know if he necessarily would have appreciated Boy George.
I think he could probably take or leave that endorsement.
And as somebody said earlier, what's next? The endorsement of Bros and Bananarama?
Yep. Why not?
I just dug that out.
I think they got back together. She is definitely right-wing. She is Marine Le Pen, and she's got some legal problems of her own, hasn't she?
That's right. It never rains but it pours as well for Marine Le Pen, but she seems to be a bit more Teflon than François Fillon when it comes to a lot of similar issues, in fact. And she was today stripped of her immunity by MEPs over tweeting very gruesome images of Islamic State organisation assassinations.
It would be ironic, wouldn't it, if the leader of the far right was brought down for putting out Islamist propaganda?
That's right. It would be very ironic. But the thing is, this really is not hurting her in terms of her base and in terms of appealing to those who are open to her message, which is a very much an anti-EU message, amongst other things. There's loads of people online tweeting messages in favour of her, saying politics must regain control of the EU. What else? Removing Marine Le Pen's immunity for telling the truth on terror is scandalous. So the thing is, on social media, this, which is ostensibly bad news for her, somehow is spun into good news. So she has an army of supporters on social media, many of them actually supporters of Donald Trump as well, and other far-right groups in Europe.
UKIP.
And if you look at this particular Twitter account, he is tweeting in favour of Geert Wilders in the Netherlands. He's tweeting in favour of Donald Trump. So there is certainly an alliance of supporters of far-right, quote-unquote, patriotic or isolationist policies, wherever they may be in the world. And they are there's a sort of a, what would you say, a community of Twitter users who support similar ideas in other countries.
James, thank you very much indeed.
Thanks.
James Creedon there with Media Watch.